Welcome to Live in Ketchikan! Welcome to another episode of Live in Ketchikan. I'm your host, Abbie Stevenson, and I'm here at Rotary Beach here in Ketchikan, joined by Rosie Roppel, Lieutenant Governor of District 5010 in Rotary, Susan Doherty, the founder of Music Moves, and Scott Brainard, who is the project lead and also a member of the First City Rotary Club. Susan, can you tell me a little bit about how this all began and what inspired you to come up with this project?
Yeah, well, my son passed away 12 years ago. Friends started a fund in his memory, and I have been holding on to the funds with the Arts Council in a.
It was a scholarship fund.
It was,
wasn't
yeah,
it?
type of a scholarship fund. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with it. Pat was a really gifted musician. He played in all the McPherson bands in town, and him and his buddies would jam any chance they got. Yeah, he loved music. And so I had seen a couple of these instruments in Sedona, California.
Oh.
So they did, and I played them, and they just put a smile on my face. And it was like, oh my gosh, this would be awesome. So I wrote down the name of them, and I researched it, and so that was 10 years ago, and Saturday was a dedication. So it took a while for the vision to come to life, but it's beautiful, and it'll be here for years to come.
Yeah, I have to say this is quite stunning as I drive by on Tongass Highway to be able to see this off of the highway, and it's something that the community can really participate in, right? What is it in the future that you would like people to feel and embrace when they come here?
Well, I just think that music is a universal, international language that we all speak, and the beauty of these instruments is they're based on the white keys of the piano.
Oh, cool.
So there's no flats or sharps. I do not play music, but I can use these, and it sounds great. You don't have to know what you're doing. They're a beautiful tone, and I just think that music is inspiring. Even if you're having a bad day, especially, it'll put a smile on your face. And I have not seen anyone play these and not smile while they're doing it. So yeah, just to get a good vibe and go away happy and connect with people.
Yeah.
And this, I mean, anybody can play these, any age. So grandparents can come with their grandkids, and multi-generations use this. You can come with traditional instruments like sax, like we had at the grand opening, and do a whole ensemble with these and traditional instruments. So the sky's the limit.
Now, your son was quite musically inclined, was he not? At what age did he start playing instruments?
I think he started about 8 or 9. He actually played the clarinet in All That Jazz, and so I've got a picture of they gave him a paycheck actually. So at 9 he had his first paycheck for playing the sax. No, I think he played the clarinet that time, yeah.
That's wonderful. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah.
So this was not done by yourself, right? This was partnered with, you mentioned the Arts Council, Rasmussen Foundation, also through Rotary. So that is what Scott and Rosie are here with us today to talk about. Can you give us a little bit of an overview of this process? This was not an overnight process.
No. It was, our Rotary Club does signature projects every year, and they're based off of the duck race where we do our fundraising for the projects. And Susan approached us with this project, and I took it to the club and threw it out to the club, and instantaneously everybody raised their hand and said, yeah, let's do this. And for us, it's music, it's education, it's safety, and health awareness. So it's a tremendous project, and it's been fun to watch the community, the kids come up and touch and bang and look at the instruments and the tools to play the instruments. It's been very, very nice, and the support as this has been going on for over a year has just been tremendous.
Yeah.
From the organizations there's a big list of organizations that I can't remember off the top of my head, but that have supported Sue's project or the Music Moves project, and it's been terrific. The grandparents come down with their kids, and the little kids ride up on their bicycles, and adults our age walk in and check everything out and play, and it's been a lot of fun.
That's wonderful.
And I'm just so grateful for all the hours, weekends, brainstorming, planning by so many people that went into making this a reality. First, there's hundreds of people who donated 12 years ago to a fund that became what is known now as Music Moves. Your generosity, your love, your kindness were overwhelming during our tragic loss. I love this community and the plethora of organizations and one of my favorites is the Arts Council, who was inspirational and instrumental in providing assistance and vision all the way through this project, with ideas for funding and how to collaborate and how to make this truly a community sponsored event and touch the entire community. Being their fiscal sponsor enabled Music Moves to be able to apply for grants, which were mentioned earlier through the Ketchikan Community Foundation, and we were able to purchase an additional instrument, which are the drums. And as Pat has already said, a big shout out to C-Pro, who stored these for over a year, Big Rock Trucking, Ketchikan Ready Mix and Quarry, and oh my gosh, I didn't know this till yesterday, that Clark Concrete Construction, Matt Clark, who poured and finished the cement, refused to send us a bill, and this was set into place just not even a week ago on Sunday. So just and I can't even begin to express my gratitude to the First City Rotary Club of Ketchikan. Their enthusiasm, dedication, selflessness is just above amazing, and has brought me so much joy in working on this project. Their motto, service above self, has been played out every day of this project, and they have treated me as one of their own from the beginning. And the borough for the generous donation of this beautiful site that most of you know was once a big hole. I didn't appreciate how gorgeous the view was until we filled it in, and everything was installed. It's just magnificent, and their work with the fill and the gravel to make this all happen, and their just willingness to help us at any stage of the game. It's just remarkable, and we're so fortunate to have a borough that's so approachable and wants to do great things for our community.
Rotary and I had to approach the borough, because this is borough land, to accept this as a donation. So because it's actually, now it is theirs, and it's on they'll be, not maintaining it, but the grounds and all of that. It's under their insurance, and it's a piece of their park.
Got it.
So piece of the Rotary Beach Park. So they had to accept it. So they did a formal acceptance on Saturday. And we had a pastor bless it, and then we had some musicians play.
Wonderful. And your family flew into town for
I
it
have
as
family.
well.
Yeah, I have family come all the way from Boston to be here for the dedication.
Great.
So yeah, it was wonderful. And just working with the Rotarians on this project is it's amazing what this community does and how much Rotary gives back to the community through not just these type of projects, but their events throughout the year that maybe most of us don't even see.
Yeah.
We had Pat Tully, who was I call her the DJ for the event.
Yep.
Yes. She's also the president of First City Rotary.
She is the president for First City Rotary, and she's been instrumental all year long supporting this project and keeping everybody together and communicating. There's a lot of written communication and phone calls and talking to the concrete guy or the metal guy or instrument people or the storage where things are, and she's done a terrific job supporting it.
I'm Pat Tully. I am president of the First City Rotary Club, and last year Susan Doherty came to speak to our club about this project to honor her son Patrick, who was a gifted musician. Susan is such a positive and energetic person who inspired so many people in this community with her vision of a park where people can share her son's love of music. She inspired our club to partner with her on the final phase to make this park a reality. Thank you, Susan, for your passion and your positivity.
And what's the history behind these instruments? How did they get here?
So a Grammy award-winning musical artist designed these out of his frustration of trying to learn how to read music, how to read sheet music. He was trying to teach himself how to play by ear. And so he came up with this idea of basing them on just the white keys of the piano, and the first installation was in Moab over 25 years ago, and those same instruments are there today. I mean, they're very resilient, but they're meant to be played with the mallets that are attached to the instruments. They all have mallets except for the drums. We've already seen people using baseball bats. Not a good thing.
Okay.
Yeah. And sticks, and they need to be played with the mallets. They are tuned instruments. But they're coated. I mean, they're highly resilient. They're meant to be out in the weather, but they're not indestructible, and they're not to be climbed on either.
Right.
But they will last forever if people take care of them. So, yeah.
So no blocks of wood, no baseball bats, no rocks, no
and
climbing.
no climbing, yeah.
These are all meant to be used with the instruments provided.
Yes.
Gosh.
Yes, exactly.
Now, Rosie, you have a personal connection, I understand, to her son, Patrick Doherty.
Yes.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, I was teaching my sophomore year, and Patrick came into my classroom, and he asked me, now, I want to become valedictorian, and I want to know about the AP classes, and I want to get into the best college. And he had this list. He was a driven, cheerful, wonderful, brilliant boy. And so I talked to him about it. I thought it would be good if he ran for student body. And I was the student body advisor. And so he became president. By the time he was senior, he'd been in all the different offices and became our student body president. And I worked with him every day, and I worked with him in my English classroom. I've seen him on a lot of levels. I just I can't tell you how close I was with him. The student body presidents work really super hard during the year. They don't think about themselves. They think about the school, what can better the school, what kind of projects they can do. They're kind of a mini Rotary in a way. But, and I wasn't in Rotary at the time. But Patrick then said he wanted to go to Europe. He wanted to go to Greece and Italy with us. And Allegra Machado and I got that trip together, and Patrick went along with us, and we needed help working with the kids. Patrick became a leader there too, and we sat down with him and Patrick Troll and a few other kids that we had, like 23 of them, and we said, okay, this is what we need, and he got a plan together, and everybody followed it. We never lost anybody. We made sure that,
Oh, that's good.
I mean, that was the main thing, is because we didn't have cell phones.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, no, I'm just thrilled. And when I heard that Sue was gonna do this park, and she was talking about it being a peace park, and I was thinking, oh yeah, and I was thinking, wow, I've seen these in Moab, and they keep adding more as time goes on. And all the people live down there. A lady yesterday just called me and said she was walking her dog, and she had to go to the Rotary Park because of Music Moves, and she wanted to give a report back that everything's fine. And she said, make sure that all these mallets are on good airplane wire that they can't cut. And, get surveillance cameras, get lights on the place. She was telling me everything, but their park has been around, like she said, for 25 years. And she said the fellow that started them lived in Moab, and she knew him well. So
Wonderful. And you are also the public image chair for Rotary. Why is that important for events like this in town?
Everybody's laughing because I think I've driven everybody in town and in the world nuts with all of our posts. But I want
Well, they're fabulous.
Well, that's how you found out, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, Rotary is they believe that if in the old days we didn't publicize what we did. But they have realized that if we were to start showing people what Rotarians do, maybe we'd get more members, maybe people would support our projects. We have a foundation. Maybe they would join our club and even donate to the foundation, or just work on the projects. We have our golden hammers, but maybe you guys can talk about those. But public image at the district level, at the international level, the zone levels, very important, because a lot of people aren't doing it. And it shows in how their club is not functioning.
Sure.
And so I took it on. I learned from Michelle O'Brien, and Michelle's at the zone level, which covers a bunch of districts.
KPU veteran.
Yeah, KPU veteran.
That's
and
right.
She's just brilliant. And one of the things about the duck race, that's how we make our money. That's our gaming permit
So
grant.
was that money also donated towards this project as
Yes,
well?
yeah. In fact, that was, most of it comes out of that. We run our whole club on the duck rent money. And a portion of it goes to a signature project, but then we have scholarships at K-High and the university. We give out dictionaries to all the kids. This particular year, during the pandemic, we've given money. We took some of our reserves and gave money away to a lot of, like, Salvation Army and Love Inc. And then the district has sent us money and said, you can send this out for food for people, etc.
Right.
And yeah, so public image is very important. It brings in money, it brings in members, it brings in the joy to the community. It makes the community know that when they buy a duck ticket, they're building something like this.
Yeah.
And it seems silly. I don't mind wearing a duck suit. She's a great duck. He's a great duck. But we're getting ready to go out on a rampage here pretty soon.
All right.
Scouring the town, but yeah,
Well,
public
great.
image.
Thank
so
you
fun.
all thank you Rotary for your service. Thank
Yeah.
you Susan for spearheading this.
Yeah.
And this is something that will bring joy and smiles to everyone in the community. It's out here at Rotary Beach down south. You can't miss it when you're driving by on the highway. Come by and check it out.
So, are you in Rotary?
I am in Rotary, yes. Thank you for asking, Rosie.
She's part of our district, so.
I am. I'm Rotary E Club District 5010.
Yes, she is. Alaska.
Yes.